Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jason, and today we've got a very special playoff matchup for you guys. We have Dank team versus Drop Dead Gorgeous. So this is one of the most equal matchups in terms of MMR and power ranking so far this season. And it's looking to be just an incredible match. I'm really looking forward to it. We've got everybody in the lobby. Let's just make sure these guys are ready to go. We'll go over the drafts for you guys here. We'll go over the coin toss and all that stuff as soon as we get in game. But I'm just super excited for this matchup because these are two teams that worked really hard this season, have gotten in, and second and third seed out of B West. So it's like I said, it's slated to be very close. 51% odds, I believe, for Dank team. So they had a slight edge in the power rankings, but overall, it's just looking to be a really great matchup. So it looks like we do have one of the teams ready to go. Let's just make sure. All right. Both teams are ready, and we are going to be heading in to game number 1, which is going to be on Infernal Shrines. This is going to be a best of 3 series, so of course we don't know exactly what matches we're going to see, what maps we're going to see for the full duration of the best of 3 series. Those will be determined after each game, where the loser of each game then gets to decide whether they want first pick or first ban on the next game. So we'll quickly go over the coin toss, which was won by Dank team. They elected to ban out Brax's Holdout. Battlefield of Eternity was banned out by Drop Dead Gorgeous. Dank team elected to take the first map pick for this game number 1 and are taking us to Infernal Shrines. And so Drop Dead Gorgeous is then receiving the first pick, first ban here for Infernal Shrines. And they will use that ban to toss Hanzo right out the window. And Maev is going to soon follow as pretty consistent ban out. It has been 2 weeks since Maev has been out, so she is now legal in most competitive play scenarios. So not surprised to see that ban out. She's very, very powerful still in the meta, even after her slight nerfs, which does give a little bit of room for Malthael to start to squeeze through these first pick, first ban scenarios. Malthael has become very, very strong. One of the best solo laners in the game. Amazing sustain and pressure on the front line. Good sustained damage in general in team fights with a very scary heroic. Not surprised to see Malthael picked up early, especially here on Infernal Shrines, where you do see quite a lot of extra sustain on the shrine areas from these shrine minions. So anything that Malthael can use to continually sap some health and keep himself alive longer, it's really good for him. So yes, indeed, Summer. Playoff hype. And so we do see ETC and Greymane coming out on the other side. So some nice counters for potential counters to Malthael. One of the things that really hurts him a lot is burst damage and CC. If he's not able to Q to constantly continue to get that health back up, it can be rough. He's a pretty easy mosh target, so it's going to force Drop Dead Gorgeous to make sure it takes some heroes that can counter that mosh, which has the potential to be very influential here on Infernal Shrines. There are a lot of choke points, a lot of difficult places to get into in these shrine areas, but a great response here from DDG. Alex Straza, definitely one of the strongest picks on this map, with that Dragon Queen early in the game being able to put a lot of extra pressure, wave clear potential, and extra sustain on these shrines. And Gul'dan, one of the best shrine clearers in the game. So not at all surprised to see him picked up here early. One thing I will say that worries me a little bit about Drop Dead Gorgeous' comp so far is the main bulk of their damage is going to be damage over time. It makes it very easy to counter for Dank team with a good sustain healer like a Malfurion or a Brightwing potentially, but definitely we'll be interested to see how they want to close out this this draft for them with those last 2 picks, because they do have the opportunity to still pick up a burst damage dealer and have Malthael along with a tank on the front line. That's totally viable. And Dank team looking at the Johanna, who would be a very good pairing with Malthael on the front line. A very difficult to deal with warrior. Also has a couple of built-in Mosh counters, which again, you look at right now, you look at the side of Drop Dead Gorgeous, and what do they have to counter Mosh? Horrify, yes, totally viable counter for it, but a big cooldown to burn just for that one counter. And then Alexstrasza does have the ability in dragon form to interrupt it with that, not sure what it's called, but we'll just call it a mini gust for now. You guys know what I mean. Flaps the wings and shoves everybody back. A knockback, very influential. But we'll have to see what exactly they want to try to pick up to continue to be able to counter the Mosh, or if they are just expecting Dank team to go with the stage dive. That's one of the strong things about ETC in the drafting phase, is that you always have to account for that Mosh. Even in the early game, you know, in the first half of the game, you have to constantly think about it until that level 10 is selected. Meanwhile, another ban out coming here for Drop Dead Gorgeous. They're going to take Uther off the board, so having Alexstrasza, they'll look on the other side, say the Dank team does not have their support yet, and apply that chokehold. I like the Uther ban. Good enabler of Greymane with that D-Shield. Also, the Divine Mosh Pit is something you have to worry about. So, and the extra stuns on the front line to Malthael is something he also does not like to deal with from the Uther. So, overall, though, the one thing I will say about the Uther ban that I think is a little bit strange is a lot of damage over time for DDG, and Uther's not very good against that. So, I think they might have already had it countered out a little bit, but when you have an Uther comp, especially with hard engage like ETC and Greymane, your goal is to end the fight quickly, and right now DDG is looking to draw the fights out with their long damage over time. Alexstrasza, a very good sustained healer. So overall, I think it's a pretty good ban. Uther's a pretty aggressive support in general. So we'll see Dank team with 2 more picks here. They are going to save the support for last. I like that. I like that decision from Dank team, because Drop Dead is now going to have to pick up the rest of their comp, and Dank team will know exactly what damage and, you know, everything that the support's going to have to deal with here. In the meantime, they're going to pick up Sonya, which Sonya has been fixed at this point on the current live patch, so she's been what I will call re-nerfed. So she's not quite as strong as she used to be, but still very viable in general. She has also, I believe, not received the rework yet that she's going to be getting, I think, in the next week or 2. Those are currently on the PTR, but not available in the live game. Junkrat has also been fixed from his glitches, so he's re-entered the Nexus and in a very explosive way.
Follower detected.
Light Next, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, my friend. I can only imagine why you're here. The winner of this match will go on to face Light Next and Amazing next week in the Final Four. See who gets crowned as the B-West champions next week. But both of these teams currently vying for a spot in that matchup. Kerrigan and Diablo coming out. So you talk about a scary front line. Dive is the side of Drop Dead Gorgeous right now. The Malthael and the Kerrigan front line, 2 very scary heroics with the Maelstrom, and Malthael will probably actually go with Last Rites. We've seen more Malthaels going in with that Last Rites lately since Tormented Souls got nerfed. But still, it can be very devastating when somebody gets in with the Kerrigan and the Malthael in the backline. Diablo also able to shove everybody around. It really enables Gul'dan to be able to step up and get some good damage when an enemy team is too busy focused on a Kerrigan and trying to peel the Kerrigan. But the front line is not too shabby for Dank team either. Junkrat also having a lot of displacement. So we'll have to see how Dank team responds to this. They are going to go with the Stukov. So that flailing swipe post 10 can be very good for disengaging. The healing can also be pretty good for, you know, that spike healing in general. To be able to bring somebody up as the dive comes in and they try and burst somebody down. But if they can get to the Stukov, it could be trouble. It could mean trouble for Dank team. Alexstrasza does have the potential escape with the Cleansing Flame, but Stukov doesn't really get as much of an opportunity for that other than the Flailing Swipe. But even that can be pretty temporary. It's not long before the cooldowns are back up for DDG and they're able to re-engage off of that. So we'll have to see how they are able to respond to it. We are loading into our game number 1. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. I hope you all are having as good a night as I am. Looking forward to this. And Vaptor X, thank you for joining us in particular and that excellent follow, my friend. I appreciate it. Go ahead and get on in to Infernal Shrines for game number 1. Best of 3 series. Playoff top 8 for the week 1 here in the playoffs. On the left, it's going to be Dank Team. We're going to have Mac Attack on the Stukov. On the ETC. Crystal Math is going to be on the Junkrat. You Should GG on Greymane. And Asian Gamer is going to be on the Sonya. On the right, in the red trunks, it is going to be Drop Dead Gorgeous. Chaos is going to be playing the Gul'dan. Unitas on the Alexstrasza. Gelda is going to be on Diablo. Trent on the Malthael. And Pugs Not Drugs is going to be on the Kerrigan. So we are going to see both teams heading in towards the mid. We do see Drop Dead Gorgeous trying to slow up those minions a little bit. Try and get the minion wave a little bit further over to their side as they try and clear this. Wave clear advantage, I would say, definitely goes over to the side of Drop Dead Gorgeous here early. Junkrat does have a decent amount of wave clear, though, along with the Greymane, but it's going to be slightly less effective in terms of Drop Dead Gorgeous being able to rotate aggressively and be able to engage very hard. In the top lane, classic Sonya versus Malthael. They will go back and forth and should be fairly even in general on that exchange. But right now, rotational game being won by Drop Dead Gorgeous, but not by an excessive amount, really. You know, Dank Team is keeping up, at least, not missing any of the minion waves. We'll have to see, though. Camps are now up, so this is where you start to see teams get a little bit unique in their rotations. They are going to go ahead and send Gul'dan up, it looks like, but this will be sniffed out by Dank Team. They're going to get in here, and they're actually going to not allow this to be leashed. Gul'dan is not here for them to contest it, and Drop Dead Gorgeous is going to end up giving this thing up for free. A very nice route there, and Unitas actually getting tossed out by that grenade from Crystal Math, and that is going to end up being first blood here as Unitas falls to that displacement. Crystal Math with a very opportunistic grenade explosion there. So right away, Dank Team getting first blood and now going to be able to pick up the bottom camp steal and grab their own camp as well. And Dank Team looking good to start this one off. Still a long game though. Drop Dead Gorgeous not anywhere near being out of this. We will see Asian Gamer though stepping up, getting a little bit of extra damage done to the wall, utilizing that minion wave as best he can. Meanwhile, the side of Drop Dead Gorgeous at this point doing the rotations mostly for the wave clear at this point, trying to clear up these camps and doing a nice job so far of getting everything cleared and not losing too much. They will scout out the fact that ETC is hiding in the bush. Ha 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 ha, we'll have to back up for now. And they are looking to invade once again, and many of the members of Drop Dead Gorgeous really too low to be able to do anything about it. Dank Team will walk in, get exactly what they want, and steal the camp, and now the shrines are activated. Well, the shrine, I should say, activated in the top lane. And we see yet another big explosion. Unitas stepping a little bit too far forward once again, getting tossed out by that grenade, and that is going to be a second kill going over to Dank Team. The Mad Bishop, you the real MVP, bro. Oh, 7th. It's still clipping. Oh, no. I'll just not be too loud. How about that? I probably just clipped when I said I, didn't I? I'll try to lower it a little bit. We'll see if that does anything. because the clipping is still a bummer. Meanwhile, we will see both teams rotating up to the top here, going after the shrine. We are going to see Unitas popping that Dragon Queen. Going to give them a serious advantage in this one. It gives them a lot of extra sustain. You should GG going down to Gelda, who charges in and does a very nice job taking him down. ETC going to end up following, but Bugs Not Drugs gets caught out by Crystal Math and that grenade, so they'll be able to exchange it 2 for 1 here. Very nice. Very nice exchange for them. So let me know if that's too low, guys. I think it looks a little bit better in Discord. I just put it way, way down, but we'll see if that's any better. Meanwhile, Chaos taking some damage. Gelda also getting a little bit low here. But right now, Dank Team starting to come back into this, and they have enough in the way of skeletal minions to really still be able to contest this. Bugs Not Drugs jumps in, but Asian Gamer spinning and getting a lot of extra sustain from that. It is dead even on the count as Gul'dan goes down. Asian Gamer getting very low is going to have to back up or go down. You should GG dives in, gets the kill on Kerrigan, and is able to somehow walk away with his life still intact. Brent doing the same on the other end. 35 to 36 on the skeletal minion count. ETC doing everything he can, and they will be able to secure it with just 2 left over on the side of Dank Team. Incredible exchange. And now Gelda caught out a little bit too far. We will see him trying to shove his way out of that one, but not quite able to make it away. And just like that, first Punisher and another couple of kills. Dank Team coming back from a tough situation there and able to get themselves the first Punisher. And now they are pushing. They have Sonya in the bot lane, side soaking. Malthael soaking mid, but level 10s are coming in, and everything looking up for Dank Team right now. So we will see them baiting it over the wall here for at least the keep. We will be able to take the Punisher down, utilizing those keep shots, but a little bit of the front wall chipped away at here by Dank Team, and they're not going to be greedy. They're going to go ahead and back up. So they do have their level 10s. It is going to be the Wrath of the Berserker, Mosh Pit, Flailing Swipe. It is going to be the Riptire and go for the Throat for the side of Dank Team. So a little over a level. So we see Drop Dead Gorgeous come on in. Oh, meanwhile, we do see Malthael getting caught out. Asian Gamer able to secure that one. And is going to try to back out. Gelda charges in. Suplexes him back. Asian Gamer trying to go in with the Whirlwind, but that's not going to be quite enough to keep him up there with 4 members available. However, you look at the other side. Dank Team with a very strong macro push here. They are going to just push the top lane as they saw so many members of DDG in the bot lane trying to get that pick off. So now the question is, you know, kind of at what cost for this pick off? The rest of the front wall in for this top fort goes, or top keep goes down. Good chunk of the keep health in general. And this is still a big lead for Dank Team. Didn't lose much XP off of that. It ended up just being a 1-for-1 exchange for the Malthael. Slight XP advantage for Drop Dead out of that exchange due to the level lead, but still they get the front wall, and that'll even out some XP. And Trent going in here. Bugs Not Drugs goes in, pops the Maelstrom. We also see Apocalypse coming out, but the Mosh Pit on the back end, catching out 2, and Malthael ends up being the first one to fall. We will see a very, very nicely timed Cleansing Flame there, trying to keep them up. They will be able to secure the Sonya off of that and really top everybody off here is Unitas. And now with that 1-for-2 exchange, Drop Dead Gorgeous going to be able to secure themselves this bottom camp and push back the members of Dank Team for the moment. But again, Dank Team, not really too worried about that. They're just going to back up, start the camp, keeping their eye out for Drop Dead here. They're not wanting to let this snowball too much. Cosra camp, though, getting some nice value on this bottom fort front wall. Next shrine will be coming up in mid here. By the way, level 10s are in at this point for DDG. Let's take a look at these heroics. We got Maelstrom, Horrify, Apocalypse, Cleansing Flame, and it is indeed the last rites. Oh, and the stun chain coming out onto ETC, and he gets completely blown up. Ragdolled into the ground, directly into the ground. Once again, we are going to see Dank team looking to just capitalize on the macro game elsewhere there as they lose the pick onto ETC. But Drop Dead slowly fighting their way back into this one. They started a little bit slow here. They have started to warm up as we head into the mid game. They are down to 13 talent here, but they're getting a very nice minion count here while this ETC is down. Junkrat is also in bot at this point, so it looks like Dank team might just be giving this up altogether here in game number 1. Just kidding, not for game number 1. It was a joke. But giving up for the moment here. Giving up this Punisher phase at least. So we will see for right now the defense in. They will bait it over with the ETC. No slide needed to get out. Mac attack with a very nice defense onto the front wall here. Getting that silence out. Punisher will dive back in, but they're looking to mosh pit beyond it. Horrify is going to come out to interrupt it, though. Cleansing Flame also on the back end, but Malthael is able to secure the ETC with that last rites. They're going to be able to get back to the Sukoff as well, and all of a sudden, Drop Dead Gorgeous looking nigh invincible here. Asian Gamer ends up going down. Did dive deep to be able to get the Gul'dan. That's going to be all they're going to be able to get off of that 1-for-3 exchange. And again, Drop Dead Gorgeous finding themselves a good team fight. And now all of a sudden, the kill count is 9-9, and the XP is about dead even. However, lucky spawn here for Dank team, as we do see the next shrine phase is going to be in the top. So if the Punisher is able to be grabbed by Dank team, they are going to have a huge advantage being able to push that directly onto a keep with no front wall to bait it over. So. Now we'll see both teams rotating around, getting clear. Both teams looking to get closer to this level 16 talent tier. Should probably be in for both teams by the time we see this next shrine phase activating. We still got a little bit of time before we hear that ding come on in. See both teams split pushing, getting a little bit of extra XP off of these structures. Second fort going down here for Dank team. Brent gonna have to back on up out of this situation. And once again, you know, Dank team getting a favorable exchange. We do see the camp up in the top lane though. Common camp getting some nice solid value. See the members of DDG coming back here. Camp is eventually cleared up there by Sonya. So for now, both teams just going to sit back. They've both got 16. No reason for any of them to get too overly aggressive. You see Dank team lurking in the shadows, though. We'll go ahead and catch out Gelda a little bit, but that super high health pool. You can only imagine that Gelda's got 100 of those souls.
Power. You will take it for me.
You have You Should GG completing that cocktail quest. Extra from that rest of the game. And look at Dank team. They quickly grab this camp and they are going to get out. They've got all 5 members here, but they're waiting for that. Trent gets completely displaced by Crystal Math there and completely blown up. And that is what Dank team is looking to do. Perfect execution there. They catch him out. The CC chain comes down from ETC and friends. And they get themselves a big pick, which is going to allow them to get started immediately on this top shrine. This is the Archaean Punisher, and like I had said before, this is not what Drop Dead Gorgeous wanted to see, as that top keep is pretty much forfeit if we see the Punisher go down. They are going to go ahead and rotate to the bot lane and get some advantage here. Be able to take this bottom fort and look to also get some keep front wall damage. I like this call, but we'll have to see if it's an even exchange. Already 31 on the count. All 4 members are here. Are they going to go in for the keep? It looks like that they are. Multiple members have come back here. See Crystal Math trying to displace them once again here. Bugs Not Drugs getting very low from Asian Gamer as well. I have to back up. Oh, and Mac Attack with a huge flailing swipe, pushing Gelda back into the keep. But look at that poison damage coming down onto Crystal Math in response. For now, that's going to end up being Diablo losing his souls. Meanwhile, in the top, got a couple of members of Dank team helping the Punisher out. They will go ahead and pick up the first keep of the game. And it looks like for now, they're just going to back out. Multiple members are on the way back here for Dank team. Oh, Chaos has got to be careful here. They're going to dive in after him. Horrify interrupted by ha 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 ha. And that slide. Very nice play there on the front line. Sliding in once again to displace Gelda a little bit. Punisher will go down. Getting a little bit of value in the top lane, I'd say. Dank team falling back and taking away the final fort of DDG. Now the question is, who gets lucky this time on the spawn? This next shrine can be either mid or bot. If it's bot, that is very good for DDG. With that front wall down on the keep in bot. If it's mid, which it is, it will be mid. That's much better for Dank team. That is pushing yet again onto a keep. No fort, no well. So I suppose neither team has a well at this point in mid or top. So ironically, they do have the well in bottom for Dank team. If you wanted one reason to want it in the bot lane. No fort, but the well's still there.
Red team's core is under attack.
Meanwhile, we will see pressuring once again by Dank team. They are closing their way in on 20. Tower going down will get them a little bit of a chunk of the way there. If they get it, they might not get it. Right now, Drop Dead Gorge is looking to force. Mac Attack actually does try to disengage with the flailing swipe, but he's actually being left behind by his team here. Flailing is a good disengage tool, but it also has you standing still. We will see the two-man mosh pit coming out, though, and they fall in on the Gul'dan and blow him up. Malthael goes down next. Cleansing Flame will be able to secure Greymane on the other side, but the Kerrigan also falls. And overall, that's going to end up being a 3-for-1 exchange, and Unitas is in no man's land here. Does have the Dragon form up, but going to have to try to waddle on out here. Gelda trying to help them a little bit. We'll be able to do just that. Wow, we do see the camp pushing in the top lane. So they're going to have to respond to that at some point, because this Shaman camp will push forever and ever. Sonya is up, though. We'll be able to quickly respond to that. And finally, we see the next shrine spawning. Everybody should be up for this. Everybody should have 20s. So this should be a pretty good matchup here in the mid. Slight advantage structurally here for Dank team, as they do have their fort still in the mid. See the teleport. What is that? The demonic circle. There we go. Chaos. Gonna be able to quickly nope on out of there if he feels like he's in a bad spot. Which that seemed to be a lot of Dank team's strategy, if they're not displacing somebody, is just to dive Chaos and blow him up. So that circle could end up saving his life. Meanwhile, both teams will start a little bit of light clearing here, but definite advantage. Oh, meanwhile, Gelda getting caught out a little bit. But we will see the Apocalypse, and Stukov gets caught out, completely blown up, stepping a little bit too far forward there. ETC hitting not only the mosh pit, but the tour bus to be able to slide down and turn that into a 3-man mosh on the backliners. And Dank team coming out with a huge team fight win there. They lose their healer, but they are going to get themselves a 1-for-3 exchange. Pugs Not Drugs also having to back away from Crystal Math here.
Red Team's core is under attack.
Meanwhile, we will see Red Team's core has been under attack all game. I'm not sure by what, but I call glitch. But we will see some stuff stacking up here with that camp. And now we're going to see the Frozen Punisher here waltzing on into the mid lane. Going to be... It still can be baited over the wall, but I don't know. Drop Dead's got to be very careful here. A lot of the wall is pretty flimsy at this point. ETC, one of the masters of follow-up to these Punisher jumps. That is rough. You got about 10 seconds until you got your whole team back. The Punisher and all of Dank team is bearing down on this thing. They've got a huge wave in mid here. They cannot risk deaths coming in. Now we will see them all coming back. Some of the heroics still not back though. We will see Dragon Queen getting popped, but instantly Unitas being rooted there on the back line. Asian Gamer whirlwinding, doing his best as ha 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 goes down. But that is going to be it. The core falls, and game number 1 goes pretty decisively over to Dank team. They seemed like they were in control quite a bit of that matchup. Dead Gorgeous had some pretty good moments in that matchup as well. Some flashes of brilliance, I would say. They definitely warmed up a little bit in the mid game, but Dank team settled down. They got the picks they needed, and they were able to win some of those late team fights. A little bit, you know, a little bit of, I might even say overfocus by Drop Dead Gorgeous. They were able to kill one person very quickly, but they paid for it big time. Gotta give a huge shout out to ha 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 ha. I mean, that mosh pit into the tour bus was just completely disgusting. There on that mid shrine, just silly. So now, question will be for Drop Dead Gorgeous: do they want map pick or do they want first pick, first ban? And so there's our answer. They're going to go straight on in to Tomb of the Spider Queen. They are going to go ahead and pick up the map pick for this game number 2. Go ahead and make that up for you guys real quick, and we'll be right back in game number. Let's go ahead and give Dank team their point. Well earned, you know. Very exciting game number 1, but we'll have to see if Drop Dead has anything left in the tank here for game number 2. Nice of these teams to throw out some good solid portrait center for me. I always appreciate that as a caster. Welcome, Ektar, joining us. Even if it was a little late, that's okay. We're not keeping score here, unless you count, you know, the games. Then we're definitely keeping score. 100%. So guys, I gotta figure out where to put this NGS seal behind me. Like, maybe put it, like, I don't know. Maybe just where this poster is instead. You know, just putting the NGS seal just right there. Like that. That could work, right? Figure out what to do with my Heroes of the Storm wall hang, but Gotta thank the admins for voting me in for that. I appreciate it. And it looks like both of our teams are in lobby and ready to go. We have, for your viewing pleasure, for game number 2, it is Tomb of the Spider Queen. We'll go ahead and pop that up onto the screen for you guys as well, just as soon as Discord wants to let me load it. We are. The Tomb of the Spider Queen, where it's all about the wave clear and the merc camps barely matter. They do matter a little bit. Not super impactful. See a lot of prioritization on wave clear and rotational strategies here. We see a lot of vision that can be very helpful in keeping tabs on exactly who's trying to turn in and where on these gem turn-ins. Also, good poke and deniability is a big factor. But we are going to see Dank team going ahead and banning out the Maiev. Tells me right away that they don't have a. They either don't want to play Maiev or they don't have anybody that they're really confident on. So we'll just have to see. And the ETC gonna be banned out, so the respect ban for ha 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 ha. Not wanting to see a repeat of the Elite Tauren Chieftain this game. Leaves Malthael open here for Dank team if they want to grab that. Seeing that be a top pick that's been fairly influential in the meta, though it did lose the last game. I will give you that. Sonya doing surprisingly well on the front end. But I gotta say, Dank team, a lot of that was just follow-up. They had great CC, great follow-up. Ektar, thank you for the follow, my friend. Much appreciated.
Will rise again.
And so the Greymane is going to be the first pickup here for Dank. Going back to the well there. GG. Definitely a comfort pick for him. We do love our Tomb, 7th. That is true. I have vastly enjoyed the 2 maps that have been selected so far tonight. 2 of my favorite maps here in Heroes of the Storm. I'm not even playing, so I don't know why that excites me that much, but we all have our preferences, don't we? We got 2 picks coming up here for DDG. I'll have to see if they want to make some adjustments from the last game. You know, I feel like we're in a very aggressive burst meta right now. And speaking of aggressive burst meta, here comes the Chromie. They're going to once again go with the Malthael. And I really like that pairing. The new Malthael, the way he plays with the ability to put the last rites down on somebody who's starting to get chunked low. That's a very good pairing with the Chromie, because Chromie is going to find targets post-10 that are going to be chunked down, and Malthael can go ahead and throw those last rites down to be able to finish off a low target very easily. That's the one thing that Chromie struggles with a little bit, is she does a great job of chunking down people and getting them to low health, but not an amazing job at finishing them off. And the new Malthael, the way he plays, is very good at that, so pretty good pairing. Linehouse, welcome. And definitely gems are us. I like it. That's a good alternate name for this map. I can dig it. So then Blackheart's Bay would be coins are us. Or most people just call it Booty Bay, I guess. Meanwhile, Dank team gonna continue the aggression, so they go with the Diablo and a Genji this time around. So, a lot of dive, a lot of ability to get after Chromie. But also the ability to rotate in on the Malthael. And one of Malthael's weaknesses is that he doesn't have a whole lot of mobility. He does have the ability to teleport around something, but overall it's a little rough for him to get out of tight spots. And so I like that pick. And I like those first three picks because there's a lot of gap closers, a lot of ability to rotate down and try and pick the Malthael. Probably going to be in the solo lane. And once again, we'll see DDG denying the Uther. So, you know, you look at the members of Dank team this game, Genji, Greymane, you know, couple of targets that are very well enabled by Uther and that D shield. That's a very attractive ban once again. Also, Uther a decent counter to the Chromie and that burst potential. Yeah, J baited. Yep. Hashtag J baited. But we will see ban coming out here. Once again, going to be the Johanna. So these guys definitely denying the comfort picks. Johanna also very good on this map. She's got pretty much everything you want in a frontline tank on Teme the Spider Queen. She's got good wave clear contribution. She's got good deniability on the points. She's got good survivability to be able to constantly be rotating aggressively and checking in on how these are going with these turn-ins and trying to deny. So she's just very strong on this map in general. But I really like that ban. And now we're going to see the meat and potatoes of what Drop Dead Gorgeous really wants to do here. They have the Chromie as the backline damage. They're going to pick up the Blaze and the Malfurion. So looking at this, this is very interesting. You've got the Blaze. It could be a frontline tank. But more typically, we see Blaze in the solo lane. We also see Malthael in the solo lane, so the question is Blaze going to be the main tank, or is he the solo lane, or are they going to pick another tank for this last pick? I suppose it kind of depends on what Dank team picks here. They could go either way with it. Meanwhile, they get the Malfurion, who is a pretty good counter in general to dive with that Twilight Dream. Good counter to Genji and Greymane, but also susceptible to dive pre-10 without that, and kind of weak against it before he gets Ice Block at 13.
I will fight
I see
to my last
Ragnaros and Rhaegar, so 7th crying out for asking where the wave clear is. And I agree, you know, Greymane's got a little bit of wave clear. Diablo, not the worst wave clear in the game, but certainly not the best. And Genji's pretty bad on wave clear, but enter in Rhaegar and Ragnaros, two of the stronger wave clearers in the game, let alone for their respective classes. Ragnaros also likely going to be the solo laner. Question is, against who? DDG's kind of put themselves in a weird spot for this draft. Last game, they did go with the Malthael and the Kerrigan and the Diablo, so they had triple frontline before. Not really a whole lot over on the side of Dank team that punishes a heavy melee comp. There's not a whole lot of AoE damage other than really the Dragon Blade. So they are going to elect to go with the Tracer, another backline damage dealer, another hero that does a great job of finishing off targets that are low, and somebody that can get after a squishy target in the back like a Rhaegar, or even chase down a Ragnaros. So pretty interesting pick, and we've seen the Malfurion Tracer be comboed and be pretty good. It should put Blaze in the 4-man and Malthael in the solo lane. This is going to be Blaze main tank. Personally, I have not seen a lot of Blaze main tank, so we'll see how that works out here. Game number 2 for DDG. I learned something today. All right, here we are, loaded in to game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen. On the left, Dank team gonna be looking to finish this out 2-0 and move straight on ahead to face Amazing next week.
Do you really think
You should GG, gonna be on the Greymane, Asian Gamer on the Diablo, Mac Attack is going to be on the Rhaegar. Crystal Math is going to be on the Genji. And ha 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 on the Ragnaros. On the right, looking to take this to a game number 3, it is Drop Dead Gorgeous. Hugs Not Drugs is going to be on the Tracer. Trent on the Malthael. Chaos on the Chromie. Unitas is going to be on the Malthael. And Gelda is going to be on the Blaze. If there's anything wrong inherently with Blaze as a tank, as a main tank, he's got quite a lot of health in that bunker. Can be very influential in terms of being able to help tank, you know, take a lot of focus off of certain squishy targets, able to save members quite often. And right away, once again, Drop Dead Gorgeous. Looking at the wave clear game, quickly rotating in this 4-man. Dank team looking to try and get an angle onto the Chromie. Asian Gamer taking a little bit of harassment here from Pugs. Crystal Math also going to have to Swift Strike out, but Asian Gamer gets hit by that huge pulse bomb there from Pugs, and that is going to be first blood going over to Drop Dead Gorgeous. So right now it looks like DDG just looking for the outplay button. They've maybe found something here in the Tracer. We'll have to see as the game goes along. That looks like what they're going for early. Oh, meanwhile, on the bot, we had mentioned it earlier, the easy ability to rotate down onto the Malthael. Not a whole lot of escapes for him. Will indeed rotate down, get the kill there with Crystal Math on the Genji. Nice counter rotation there. I like that. You lose somebody in mid, so you know you're not going to be able to engage quite as hard without the Diablo. So just send somebody to the bot and look for a counter gank. I like it. But for now, both teams pretty even on the rotations. Chaos getting a few Q stacks so far. Oh, but Asian Gamer charges in onto the Chromie, interrupts the Q, but is going to be turned on and blown up. Pugs going in deep and gets him as he ports out. Crystal Math also very low. Oh, 7 health, but no, Unitas will go ahead and Moonfire to finish off that kill. And right now, Drop Dead Gorgeous playing very well in the early game in this rotational matchup. Doing a nice job of punishing. Just in general, doing a very nice job of completing those kills. Hug Not Drugs, not letting anybody get away with low health. That's going to be pretty influential in the rest of this game. Take a look at the bottom lane here. See how these two are doing. Actually seeing Trent rotate up and maybe start to peek in at a turn-in, but Crystal Math is here. They've rotated him down. Trent not going to be fooled by that one twice, however. For now, we will see the rotational game continuing, but about a level lead here for Drop Dead Gorgeous. Not only from those picks, I imagine, but also a little bit of extra fort damage there in the mid, that front wall. And also a little bit of extra wave clear XP. And it will also be DDG securing the first turn in. Oh, and they have caught Ragnaros out here in the bot lane as well. A little bit of a sloppy rotation. And that's going to be Ragnaros' gems hitting the floor. Mac Attack trying to rotate around the safe way to pick him up, but not quite there in time. And couldn't have come at a worse time here for DDG. They are going to go ahead and rotate to the bottom lane and take out this bottom fort. And, you know, in a lot of ways I like this call. You know, the priority lane here typically on TOS is the top lane because of the boss. And they do have Trent up there pushing that in a little bit. But if you take out the bottom lane, you take out the well, you take out, you know, some of the fort and the front wall, it makes it so that Dank team can't be very safe down here with their solo lane. I think that that's something that's, you know, very influential in the game that not enough people focus in on, is taking away the solo lane ability, making it easier to gank. So EG does a nice job of exposing this bottom fort. Speaking of ganks, Chaos and Trent both down here taking a look at the Ragnaros once again, and they are coming in. We're gonna see it is gonna be time loop, and yeah, paired with the root and all 5 members here, that's gonna be an easy pick off for DDG. Rhaegar does have cleanse, but there's not really much that Rhaegar can do when he's up in the top lane and they cast it on to Ragnaros in the bot lane. Also worth noting that that time loop can be used on Rhaegar, and Rhaegar does not have any sort of self-cleanse or ice block to be able to get rid of it. So later in the game, if they want to target the Rhaegar first, that's definitely an option for them that unfortunately Mac Attack can't do anything about. Can't even Ancestral himself. Yes, all these years later, I am still salty, ladies and gentlemen. Not gonna lie. But we will see Dank team picking up their first Web Weaver. Not a whole lot that they can do with it, though. They hang around mid a little bit to get a little bit of extra soak. But level 10's right on the horizon here for DDG. They're going to be able to clear these out pretty easily with taking minimal structure damage you would expect from a Web Weaver. Level 10's coming in hot. It is indeed going to be the Quantum Spike along with Last Rites. Time Loop is up, by the way. The roots come down, and there it is onto the Rhaegar. Yeah, followed that one a little bit. Twilight Dream and the Bunker also being picked up. Yeah, if they can just catch the Rhaegar, this is going to be a long... If they can catch the Rhaegar over and over again, it's going to be a long game for Dank team, or possibly a short game for DDG. Crystal Math gonna get out of dodge there. Time Loop not up for 40 seconds though, so Rhaegar will have a little bit of breathing room here to operate. Level 10's right around the corner for Dank team. Last couple of minions to secure it here. They're gonna be picking up Apocalypse along with the Ancestral Healing, Sulfurous Smash, Go for the Throat, and the Dragon Strike. Bugs Not Drugs gonna go ahead and drop his 3 on into the turn-in. Here a second set of Web Weavers for the side of Drop Dead Gorgeous. Level 10s are here though for Dank team. They can look to mount a defense. Time Loop is back up though. So Mac Attack's gotta be careful to just keep his distance from Chaos at this point. I say that as he goes right up into him and gets hit by that Time Loop, and we'll see the dive in on him. But a big Sulfurous Smash in return, but we just see the Pulse Bomb come down and secure him. Trent ends up getting blown up there as well. Genji killed in return, and holy cow, the bloodbath is on. We're gonna see a 3-for-3 exchange on both ends. Asian Gamer taking a lot of damage from Pugs here. And suddenly Pugs has that Pulse Bomb up again. We'll hit ha. Unitas with a big root to follow it up, and that's going to be another kill going over to Drop Dead Gorgeous. They're also pressuring Asian Gamer quite a bit, but he's going to have to back up. But the real story here is that these Web Weavers have been up and pushing while this fight was going on. So Drop Dead Gorgeous getting some nice dividends from this Web Weaver turn off of that team fight exchange. I won't even really call it a win, but it was a 4-for-3. It wasn't really that victorious for Drop Dead Gorgeous in the team fighting, but it's just the macro of it all. The Web Weaver's out at the time. They tie up Dank team. They don't allow them any room to clear. And now they've got all the forts down. They've got some damage to keep front walls, and they've got a nice level advantage here. They're looking to take this to a game 3. Nice job of goaltending Grab a couple of quick camps. They're going to be looking towards the boss. What else would they really look towards? Let's be honest. So they are going to go ahead and grab... Well, they're going to look to grab the boss, but Dank Team is here. They are here in time. Trent is going to get charged. And we're going to see the Twilight Dream coming out, though, from Unitas. Bunker also going down. Last Rites is going to be able to finish off Diablo. And for now, Drop Dead Gorgeous able to push them off the point and cap the boss. That's a very nice win here over on the side of DDG. That boss is going to be pushing up onto an already damaged keep front wall.
Behold!
They do have the Ragnaros and the Molten Core, though, to be able to try to deter some of this. But all 5 members are committing to this over on the side of DDG. They do want to get a keep out of this. Molten Core does go down. Boss still about half health as it starts wailing onto this keep. Keeps do have a little bit more health, though. And we see a very aggressive dive in. You should GG receiving a bit of an early ancestral there. Time loop not up yet. Still 9 seconds on the time loop, but the keep does go down. And after winning their prize, we will see Drop Dead Gorgeous backing on out and looking to rotate around, clear the mid, get some gems, you know, all that good stuff. Well, Dank Team does have enough to turn in here. You have the tiny window here before DDG gets 16. So if ever there was a time to force the fight, this is it. They don't have Diablo here. But it looks like they might try to utilize the threat of this turn-in. And we will see Agent Gamer charging in on Gelda, peeling Gelda off. The Sulfurous Smash not hitting. Diablo gets melted. Ha 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 ha! Falling shortly after. Charge in onto Crystal Math, and Pug Not Drugs able to rewind on out of that situation as Yusha GG came in on him. Once again will be a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of Drop Dead Gorgeous. They are looking pretty good here in game number 2, I gotta say. They'll start work on their second keep of the game by taking down this front wall. Members are coming back up here for Dank Team, but at this point, a 3-level lead and the 16 talent tier for DDG. I don't really know what Dank Team can do about this other than just kind of try to defend. They certainly don't want to push out from it very far. DDG does not yet have the turn-in secured yet. Worth noting that Chromie, only 33 on the Q count so far, so not really even very close to getting the copy. For now, Dank Team just looking to goaltend a little bit passively. They are grabbing the bottom camp here with Pugs. Tracer kind of the ultimate siege camp getter now. Dank Team does once again have enough for a turn in, but quite have the means to be able to force that turn in without level 16 and back out for the moment. Thing that Dank Team is going to constantly have to do the rest of this game. Push out this top lane and alleviate the catapult pressure. And meanwhile, Drop Dead Gorgeous coming in and stealing the camp. They're not even trying to hide it. They give up a free turn in to Drop Dead Gorgeous in the top. And nobody really prioritizing getting onto the point. We will see Chaos eventually stepping up onto it. Bunker able to zone them away. Blue Web Weavers are spawning, but really the most that they can hope from this is a window to get 16. They go in early, though, but a huge rewind going to get Pugs away from that Sulfurous Smash. Trent being very, very low there. They end up going down, and that's going to end up being a 1-for-1 exchange, but did Crystal Math get a little bit too greedy? It's going to end up going down Molten Core does get popped, but are they going to be able to get Pugs? They do! They get Pugs Not Drugs off of that snipe from on the rag. Big play there. Be able to secure themselves a 2-for-2 exchange. Web Weavers, once again, though, not really getting all that much value. Does get them the 16. But you look at the level advantage, and all Drop Dead Gorgeous has to do here is just play for 20. They're about a level and a half away. They can just continue to clear lanes. They can turn in pretty much whenever they want. They can wait and secure the turn in at 20 and then turn in. Have a huge advantage. And at some point, Dank team has got to find a way to force in this next level and a half. That is their big opportunity for a comeback and to be able to try to open up a win condition late in this game. They allow DDG to get 20. That pretty much will be it. But, see. For now, Drop Dead Gorgeous able to deter Dank team from coming in onto this camp. You're gonna see the red Web Weavers coming out here. They sneak the turn in the bot. Now this should be able to help them get level 20 a little bit faster. They get a little bit of structure damage. A little bit of a tower here in bot that they can get for the XP. Web Weavers will help them in clearing the lane that they're trying to soak at the time. They're going to be pushing not only this Web Weaver, but also this Bruiser camp into the mid lane, directly onto this keep. Gelda steps up and is being very aggressive. Charges in, will probably lay down the bunker, maybe not, backs out. Molten Core comes out to try and deter some of this, the extra wave clear, but gets completely melted. Twilight Dream also coming out onto the front line there. They focus down on Asian Gamer, and maybe a little bit of a misclick there on the Ancestral. I think that went to Yusha GG when he meant it to go the other way. But we do see the turn is huge here from Dank team. They go in and they get 4 members in Chaos. It's going to be the only one to live to tell the tale, but at what cost, as the bottom keep goes down and the mid keep does live, but is very fragile here. Level 20 also achieved. Dank team able to keep themselves in the game here. Do deter Drop Dead Gorgeous from finishing the game with that huge power play. Do get that exchange before the level 20s come in, realistically. Bunker never goes down there. It was an interesting call for Drop Dead Gorgeous. Now they'll be able to reset a little bit. They're going to have both the bot and mid lanes pushing in, which is a long-term disadvantage, but in the short term, it's going to allow them the safe soak, get caught up on gems here a bit to be able to get another turn in and quickly get to that level 20. But long term, that's 2 lanes that they'll constantly have to try to relieve the pressure of. We'll see them capping their camp here in mid. All 5 members of Drop Dead Gorgeous are up. Pretty much all of their heroics available. Pulse Bomb will be coming in soon. Gamer is going to go ahead and charge in and look to get Gelda, but the bunker is dropped in return. Chaos also dealing a lot of damage to the back line, and we're going to see Diablo be the first to fall there. Huge Twilight Dream coming in from Unitas. We'll be able to secure the Rhaegar, but the turn is good. A 3-for-3 exchange, though. 3 for 4, I should say. The Diablo died and lost his souls. Will be coming back, though, leaving us in a 2-for-2 situation, but a lot of gems hitting the floor here. Dank team, they're gonna turn in a few of their gems there, not nearly enough to secure a turn in. Gonna allow now DDG to reset a bit. Asian Gamer Have a long way to go before he's got those souls built up again. Does have both these lanes pushing up against him to make it a little easier. What an even fight there late in this game. Back and forth they go. The question is this game just too far gone, you know, for the side of Dank team? They only have just a sliver of health left on their final keep. All forts are still up and active for Drop Dead Gorgeous. Is there really anything the Dank team can do to come back in this one? They're gonna have to win multiple team fights. And this is not a good start, as Pugs has found Asian Gamer and poked him to about half health along with the help of Chaos. Now all 5 members are up, and they're gonna look to turn around and get the boss off of this. I don't know if Dank team can rotate up here in time. Even then, they would be leaving these lanes empty. They have sniffed out that they're on here. They're on this. They are looking to come up, but it's going to be too little too late. Boss is secured. And that is going to be marching directly to the core. Asian Gamer will secure the turn-in, but he's going to be caught out here. Get slowed in the oil.
My power grows.
We'll secure the web weavers in the bot lane. Pretty big turn-in. They will try to mount a defense. They start the poke on the boss. The boss will still be very healthy as he comes in to start chunking down this core. Molten core will be popped, and they're looking to try and get the defense rolling here. Sulfura Smash comes out very early, used mostly for wave clear there on the boss. Asian Gamer getting a very early Ancestral, but the rewind comes out. And right away, 3 members go down. 4 members now, but 3 of those are going to be over on the side of Dank team. They are taking hits onto the core. The boss is shredding this thing, and that is going to be it. Game number 2 going over to the side of Drop Dead Gorgeous. And we are going yet again here in the B West to a game number 3. As it turns out, 7th Ace and Lurk Patrol NA are not the only teams in B West that can force a game number 3. And, you know, we knew it was going to be a solid matchup. We knew these teams were going to go back and forth. Now comes the question. Who's got it? Who's got it left in the tank here at the end of the season? Go all the way to game 3. Find themselves a hard-fought victory. And another question is, what will Dank team want to do with this first pick, first ban situation? Do they want the first pick, first ban? Do they prefer the map? They have something up their sleeves for Drop Dead Gorgeous. Something very special about Game 3's NGS. Now, first of all, in the playoffs like this is a single elimination. You lose, you're out. Your backs are against the wall at this point. So anything you got left as far as special strategies, you're going to throw that out right now, and you're going to see it right here. Not only that, but NGS is a 2-game series, league where, you only see them playing 2 games throughout the regular season. So they are going to elect to take the map pick for Dank team, and they are going to take us to Dragonshire. So that will leave first pick, first ban up to Pugs Not Drugs side of Drop. So we'll see, who's conditioned, who's ready, really ready for this best of 3 series. Who's going to be able to take themselves a trip to the top 4, face off against the number 1 seeded team out of BWET. Amazing. See exactly what Dank team's got up their sleeves here for Drop Dead Gorgeous on Dragonshire. Re-advertise a bit. All right, looks like we got about everybody into lobby. %. So you're saying there's a chance. You know what I like is that 7th Ace is so worried about the 12%, but there are teams in the A division this week that have literally a 0% chance as calculated by the power rankings. I gave them 1% on the board just to be nice. Like, it said 100 to 0 on the spreadsheet. Like, ouch, you know? Just literally not giving you a chance. Now, there were three of the 4 playoff matchups were 98% or 99% when I listed it out. And I just thought that was crazy. You know, it's like, how do you get those figures? Because playoffs, you'd think it would be a little bit better matched up. But I guess it's like, it's, you know, first seed versus the 8th. And, you know, there's like 14 teams. So that's a pretty big gap. Watch me whip. I'm not going to whip or Nene. I might do this a little bit. Oh, first pick does go to DDG. All right. I'm glad they saved me from making that mistake. I don't want to make that mistake. All right. So, you know, if they need a little bit of a break, that's okay. You know, they've played a couple games and on to the 3rd one. Nope, they don't need a break. Okay. No break required. We're going in for game number 3. This best of 3 series, and it is going to be on Dragonshire. Updated for you guys real quick. Who will move on? Who will face Amazing next week in the final 4 of the playoffs? I get our answer here real soon. Gonna start with the game within the game in Heroes of the Storm, which is gonna be the draft. Drop Dead Gorgeous having the honor of first pick, first ban here. Thus far, it's been teams in this series winning on their map pick. So, let's see what Dank team has. Once again, Drop Dead Gorgeous electing to take ETC off the board. Not wanting to see a repeat performance in that game number 1 from Ha 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 and his ETC. That's when you know it's a real respect ban. When it's not only banned out the following game, but the game after that, it's still banned. That's how you know that the team really doesn't want to see it. Alright, so we do have Chromie. Gonna end up being the ban out here. Drop Dead Gorgeous not wanting to see a repeat of all those time loops. So at the beginning, you kind of see... Oh, well, and by the way, Maiev is a thing that we're gonna see here in game number 3. Dank team electing to allow Chaos to... denying Chaos the Chromie. They're gonna end up letting through the Maiev in response. So that's pretty huge. That's true, 7th. That's fair. 1v4 and 1v8 is different. Oh. Alright. So what is the response to the Maiev? Also, what is paired with the Maiev? So, Maiev gives a little bit of everything you like in a frontline hero. Good sustainability, you know, the ability to dodge a lot of damage and quickly, a lot of quick mobility. Just a lot of AoE wrecking damage. The nightmare to have to deal with.
With every death comes
Victory above all.
So we are going to see the Stukov and the Hanzo coming out here in response for Dank teams. So gives them a lot of point pressure. It was indeed Dank team that picked Dragonshire unaverted. So Drop Dead Gorgeous winning game 2 allows Dank team to either pick first ban or the map pick for game number 3. Dank team elected to pick the map and picked Dragonshire. First pick, first ban going over to DDG. And the first Maiev that I've ever casted. So this should be very interesting. But what do they pair it with? Now, Maiev brings a lot of wombo combo potential. So we could see it paired with some of the classic big damage wombo combo ults. Malfurion, definitely one of those with the Twilight Dream. And good sustainability help.
Frozen throne.
We're going to see the Anubarak coming out, probably as a response to the Stukov. We do see a lot of Anubaraks being picked. Not necessarily being drafted specifically for it, but a lot of times they'll take that cocoon and throw it on the Stukov, which, which makes it so that Stukov can't throw those silences out, can't disengage with the flailing swipe. Also, can't heal the team, which is a big deal. Not a big deal for every healer in the game, but it's a pretty big deal for Stukov. When he just wants to spread that Q around and then hit that bio kill switch to bring everybody back up to full health. Yeah, I agree with you, Ektar. The Chromie did work very well last game for Drop Dead Gorgeous, so it's a trade-off, Are you more afraid of the Maiev, or are you more afraid of the Time Loop Chromie that you lost pretty heavily to last game? Inevitably, they decide that they're just going to go against the Maiev, but Blaze going to be banned out here for Dank Team. I like that ban. You got a Nubarak already on the front line. You don't necessarily have a solo laner yet. I think Maiev could be a solo laner, but honestly, I don't know a whole lot about Maiev yet, but it seems like she's not really utilized for the solo lane all that much, but she has good wave clear, so I don't see any reason why she couldn't do it. But we see the Blaze being banned out. Bunkers last game were definitely influential. So the next question is, what is the ban for DDG? We'll ban out the Sonya. So already having Maiev on the front line and a Nubarak wanting to deny something that worked well for Dank Team in game 1. I do like that strat. Sonya, also a very competent solo laner. Very difficult to defeat in a battle over the shrine with her self-sustained and constant damage output. Very good at camps, which is one of the more influential parts of playing on Dragonshire, is camp priorities. Two more picks coming up here for Dank Team. They're probably going to want a couple of frontliners and another backline damage dealer. Wouldn't be surprised to see them hold solo lane here. Could allow Drop Dead Gorgeous to draft their solo lane first so that they can hold off and pick it last. But instead, they're just going to go full bore with the Leoric and pick up their solo lane right away along with the Greymane. Greymane, a good diver and a good burst damage dealer, can get in after the Malfurion. Of course, Malfurion does have the Twilight Dream to try to counter that out. Nubarak also does have the cocoon available to put onto Greymane if he decides to go there. Two more picks coming up here for Drop Dead Gorgeous. Probably want to see their solo laner and a backline damage dealer. Nubarak, very strong in the rotation game. Doesn't have a lot of wave clear, but has quite a lot of pressure in the rotation with the devastating amount of CC that he brings to the table. They probably want somebody that can capitalize well on that CC. Malthael for the solo lane, and Jaina. Talk about capitalization. Jaina, the highest burst damage dealer in the game in terms of just raw DPS with the combo that she brings. However, incredibly long cooldowns on the Jaina. But that Blizzard, a very good wave clear tool. Something that Drop Dead Gorgeous definitely needed in their comp here. So I love the Jaina pickup. Malthael, a very strong solo laner, especially against the Leoric. Leoric will just absolutely melt the Malthael like we've seen in the Carbot animations video. By the way, that existential crisis thing was just hilarious. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch Carbot animations. Specifically, go watch the Malthael one. I think it's just simply titled "No One Can Stop Death." It's great. Carbot's a genius. But Dank team got one last pick here. Probably want a tank. And we'll go ahead and get the Johanna. So a couple of very high health pools there for Malthael to be able to try to chip away at. But we'll see. See who ends up coming out on top here in game number 3. And I can feel it getting late. I'm starting to get a little tired. I can only imagine how these guys are feeling as they head on in for this game 3 matchup. Their tournament lives on the line. Season lives on the line. For all the marbles of getting to the top 4 at least. Of course, Amazing is waiting at other side of the bracket for the winner. So whoever wins this one is going to have a very tough road to try and make it to the B Division Finals. But either way, we are loading in here to game number 3. On the left, it is going to be Dank Team. And we are going to see Asian Gamer on the Leoric, Crystal Math on the Hanzo, ha 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 on the Johanna, You Should GG on the Greymane, and Mac Attack on the Stukov.
Battle commencing
On the right, looking for the reverse sweep, it is Drop Dead Gorgeous. Hugs Not Drugs is going to be on the Maiev, Unitas on Malfurion, Trent on Malthael, Chaos is going to be on the Jaina, and we're going to have Gelda on the Anubarak. A lot of M's over there. Drop Dead Gorgeous. Chaos ruined it with the Jaina. To be fair, though, I don't think there are any mages that have the name M. So. Full team's gonna go ahead and start with the wave clear here in the mid. We do instantly see Trent going up to the top lane. Asian Gamer will be up here in time, though, to go ahead and start the wave clear game himself and catch that XP. Drop Dead Gorgeous instantly rotating to the bot lane after that wave was cleared. Once again, you know, they're playing the rotation game. This is something that we've seen a lot in this series. Drop Dead Gorgeous. They have very solid rotational ability, very good coordinated play in general.
Control them and let loose the Dragon Knight.
And we will see them doing a very nice job clearing that wave and then getting on to the next one. Dank Team, though, did go ahead and clear a couple of waves down here. Pushes one of those waves into the wall, so a couple of minions lost there. Gelda goes in after Crystal Math. We will see Bugs Not Drugs pulling him back in. That's going to be First Blood going over to Drop Dead Gorgeous. Very nice combo between the Anubarak and the Maiev. That initial stun, which allowed Pugs Not Drugs to set up that link and pull him on back. And if you get caught by that Maiev pull and you are unable to charge in with her as she tries to pull you back, you're just kind of screwed, for lack of a better word. You know, it's just kind of over for you. You'll see instantly both of these being capped by DDG. The Auric will rotate in long enough to at least put that back to 50%, causing Trent to have to rotate back down. But level 1 there was taken for the increased mouth speed. Trent having that extra rotational ability. Be kind of annoying for Dank team to have to deal with in that top lane. Meanwhile, Johanna getting picked off here. Charges in, and two of them getting linked in. Mac Attack is going to go down, and Drop Dead Gorgeous. Using the Maiev to perfection here in the early game. Asian Gamer, though, taking some nice advantage onto Trent to get a nice health pool advantage. Has capped the top, so going to prevent Drop Dead Gorgeous from getting an early opportunity to try and get that that first dragon of the game. We'll see a couple members of DDG rotating out to grab the camp. Crystal Math, though, after picking up that level 4 upgrade to the Scatter Arrow, will go ahead and grab their camp as well. Capped pretty much at the same time. Battle rages on in the top lane between the two dead guys. You ever see a couple of dead guys fight in the lane? Well, there you go. There it is. Asian Gamer definitely getting the better of this exchange, though. Trent is going to have a hard time fighting this on the Shrine, simply due to the fact that a lot of his sustain is simply based on how many minions are around, and Asian Gamer's is simply based on can he hit the combo, and he does get in and gets the kill there. Worth noting that Greymane went down, though, on the other side of the map, so it ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange. For right now, Dank team does have charge of both of these. We'll force the rotation by Gelda and company to the bot lane to recap bottom. And so far, typical Dragonshire, you know, both teams rotating around, getting the basic camps, exchanging shrines, but not picking up a dragon early. Trent is back with full health. But again, you know, Asian Gamer can just rotate up here and block. And in terms of this battle on the Shrine, there's just not much that Trent can do about it. Now, actually, he realizes he can. The Drain Hope misses. And Asian Gamer knows it too. He's going to rotate out. Meanwhile, we will see in the bot lane. Ha 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 ha! Getting poked down very low. Nice CC chain there, and Chaos able to get in and get a lot of damage to secure that kill. Light level advantage for Drop Dead Gorgeous at this point, and they will also get the first Dragon Knight of the game, so should be able to extend that a bit with some structure damage from that very first Dragon Knight. We'll see the kick attempt not quite going through there as he steps back through the wall. Yeah, they're closing in on level 10 here. And you'll have to excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Fortunately, I don't know the names of these ultimates. But it's going to be Warden's Cage for the Maiev. So no surprise there. I think that is definitely the more popular of the two ults. Along with Ring of Frost, Last Rites, Cocoon, and the Twilight Drink. So Wombo Combo Central. Last Rites to finish on up somebody that's low. We'll see the Dragon Knight actually expiring. Not falling down on health, but running out of time. You don't see that every day. Side of Drop Dead Gorgeous getting a couple level lead here. Give or take a little bit of lane clear. Instantly go and grab the bot camp, but we will see Dank team responding. Siege camp on their side. Instantly rotating to grab the bruisers as well. They have good solid clear between Crystal Math and You Should GG. Quite a lot of PvE damage there. This would make a great BOE team. Just saying.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Meanwhile, bottom fort is grabbed. Finished off the work they started there with the Dragon Knight. And Drop Dead Gorgeous in charge of this one so far. Dragonshire, one of those maps, though, where it's very easy to come back. We will see Asian Gamer hitting this two-man Entomb along with the huge Silence coming in from Mac Attack, and they'll secure themselves a couple kills on the backliners. Bugs Not Drugs trying to use the dodge, trying to pour it out, but You Should GG rolling in to finish off that kill. Gelda getting very low, is on the retreat. Silence goes down, and You Should GG goes in and gets the final swipe. A 4-for-0 exchange, right as I had said. The Drop Dead Gorgeous looked like they had the advantage. Here comes Dank team. Coming back in this one. Huge ultimate combo of their own. They're like, you guys think you have a wombo combo. Let's show you a little bit of Entomb into Lurking Arms, shall we? Greymane very adept at being able to charge in and follow up on that combo.
Unleash its power.
We'll see them instantly capping, and You Should GG is getting the Dragon Knight, and Dank team playing the macro. Drop Dead Gorgeous rotating out to grab the camp early there, not wanting to contest either shrine with members down, and Dank team punishes them hard for it here. By the way, speaking of level 10s, they are in now for Dank team. Entomb, Dragon's Arrow, Blessed Shield, Flailing Swipe, and the Go for the Throat. As Gelda has been punted onto the wrong side of this team fight. Hugs goes in, but easily dodges a lot of that damage. And now Gelda coming back into this is definitely on the wrong side. Gets stunned. He gets completely blown up there. Blessed Shield securing that one, I believe. I don't know, I felt like he was out on the backside, but just as the rest of his team had to back up. Rough moment, but the pull in to the Twilight and the Ring. You Should GG very low. Gordon's Cage comes out. Greymane will end up falling. Hugs getting very low though, will be taken out in turn. Nice 1-for-1 exchange there. Trent utilizing that camp in the top lane. Some nice damage. And more importantly, getting the well in top. Now that will not be available the rest of the game for Asian Gamer. Top as he is back. Trying to heal up. Coming back to try and deal with death. Meanwhile, we will see Dank team capturing their bottom camp quickly, rotating down here. Oh, but look at the rotation in. Asian Gamer trying to deter them there with the Entomb. Unitas caught out a little bit in the back, but we'll hit the ice block. Meanwhile, Ring comes out right as Jaina will fall. You Should GG ends up going down in exchange. A 1-for-1 to start here. But Unitas gets caught and is taken down inside the Warden's Cage there. Not able to get out of it. Hugs Not Drugs goes down to some pretty high-class geometry from Crystal Math, who is on the chase trying to secure Gelda to make it a full ace. But for now, it will be a 4-for-1 exchange. Once again, Dank team
The dragon awaits for you.
hitting a huge team fight win.
And destroy your
And
enemy.
right as the shrines come up, so that was Drop Dead Gorgeous trying to initiate that. Asian Gamer turns around with a huge entomb. They are able to get a nice exchange once again. Asian Gamer is going to go ahead and go up, pick up that top shrine. Bottom shrine has already been grabbed, and now they are looking at the camp as well. You should GG getting in position. Take the Dragon Knight. Time Drop Dead Gorgeous, though, is rotating in to try to deny. Brent will go ahead and throw in that poke at the last second. Level 16 right around the corner. They should be able to have this to try to defend this level 16. There it is. Asian Gamer, though, back on the cap, and nobody anywhere close to in range. And that is going to be a second Dragon Knight going over to Dank team. Once again, you know, it's the timing of these big team fight wins for Dank team. They're making them so much bigger than they might otherwise be. Dragon Knight charges in, and the burrow charge pulling him maybe a little bit out of position there. Gonna start getting chunked by the front wall of this keep, but ultimately they will be able to turn on it, start to deal damage to it. Gelda charges in, hits the cocoon onto the Stukov. They'll be able to break him out pretty quickly though. Asian Gamer peeling Gelda away with that hunt. And Tomb comes out, not really catching anybody in that combo. Asian Gamer getting taken down. Huge Twilight as they are turning. They are coming in after them with this Warden's Cage. 3 for nothing as they are in on the chase. Crystal Math in all kinds of trouble. Jumping over the fort gets canceled out. And a 4 for nothing exchange for Drop Dead Gorgeous as they come back in this one big time. They push back the Dragon Knight. They defend their keep. They get a 4-0 exchange. And now what can they do with it? Very simple geometry, 7th. That's all it is. But not enough geometry on that one. They took some pretty poor angles trying to get after that keep, and now they are going to end up losing at least the front wall of their keep, if not more here, as Drop Dead Gorgeous looking to try and get some advantage. Malthael is in the top lane trying to side soak, trying to help them get a little bit closer to 20. And actually, I take it back. They're going to get some damage on the front wall. And Unitas trying to rotate out here. Oh, the bush. Party bush is on. And then we're going to take the bait. Mac Attack steps in far enough for Gelda to go after him. We do see the flailing swipe on the other side, but Pugs Not Drugs pulls them back in. Huge Dragon's Arrow to try and peel. But Unitas ends up going down on the back end after Stukov falls. Chaos getting very low. It looks like they are turning, and they are able to get the extra damage and survivability to make that a 5 for 1. Drop Dead Gorgeous making it work. They lose their healer early. This time, it's a well-timed team fight win for Drop Dead Gorgeous. They've already opened up their win condition here, potentially in the bot lane. Or are about to open it up, I should say. And Gamer is looking to block here. Gonna be coming back up on that Leoric. Gonna be able to steal away the bot Shrine early enough to deny. Nice move to stall. And Asian Gamer realizing that if this is just Gelda. Oh, but a nice web wrap. I like the cocoon used there. That is going to secure them a Dragon Knight. Now, what can Drop Dead Gorgeous do with the Dragon Knight here, along with level 20? Oh, and Asian Gamer goes down to one last Q from Chaos there. Nice follow-up to him being cocooned. And now with Chaos down for a little while, not quite 39 seconds, but, you know, down for a little while. Keep starting to take some serious pressure. Will be falling here shortly. The question is, can they utilize this 20 to be able to win the game? Drop Dead Gorgeous smelling blood in the water. Asian Gamer almost back. The punt coming out onto You Should GG. They are looking at Mac Attack. Crystal Math dealing some nice damage from the back end. Blessed Shield comes down. Maiev dodges the Twilight, but ends up going down to Yusha GG. They end up turning on to Unitas next, getting a lot of damage out onto him and the Jaina in the backside. And Tomb zoning out a couple. But the Dragon Knight, meanwhile, is taking down the core. 38%, 30%. The Dragon Knight falls. Gelda trying to finish this off, but 17%. Charges to the other end, but ends up going down. 14%. And a full team wipe coming out here. Oh my goodness. Malthael has returned, but I don't know that he can do this by himself. And Dank team gets the team wipe on the core. 5-0. Oh man, what a matchup this is turning out to be, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't get hyped for this, you might want to check for a pulse. They are coming in on the other end. 20 seconds until they've got back 3 of their members here. And then Nubarak also just about 10 seconds more. And meanwhile, the bottom keep has been started. Going to be looking to take this keep and go onto the core themselves, possibly. They might actually end up backing up. It looks like Dank team not looking to finish. Many members up here. 10 seconds till Nubarak is back and everybody's up. So instead, they'll just settle. Or will they? Asian Gamer hits that Entomb. Trent will walk out of it though before before anything bad really starts to happen. That'll be Entomb down. Quickly rotate down and
The shrines are gathering.
use the geometry to get this camp quickly.
From within the stone.
Up Dead Gorgeous, though, is on the chase. They know that Entomb is not up. Gelda goes in, trying to force, trying to find somebody to cocoon there. Does end up hitting it onto the Stukov. Warden's Cage coming in. Huge Twilight Dreaming Ring combo, but Asian Gamer somehow walks away with his life for the moment. That's going to be Johanna and Leoric going down. And Nubarak goes down on the other side. The huge swipe as they're peeling for Crystal Math. He dives over the wall and gets away. Pugs Not Drugs is in pretty deep, though. Going to be just a 1-for-2 exchange. Camp still pushing in the bot lane. Teams walk away, still in this matchup. Asian Gamer is going to be coming back soon to make this a 4v4. Malthael racing to the top lane. Yusha GG is also up here. This is a straight up dogfight, ladies and gentlemen. But has Trent gone too far? I would say he definitely has. 3 members here of Dank team, and that is a huge pick. Meanwhile, on the other end, Asian Gamer caught a little out. The Entomb to make sure that Unitas can come into him, I guess. Not quite zoning. Bugs Not Drugs finishes it out from the other end, so now both teams losing somebody. Camp will be quickly picked up by Drop Dead Gorgeous, and they will quickly back away. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dragonshire. Craziness is always occurring, Murda. Always. Malthael electing to come back. Not popping that instantaneously, though. They definitely thought about it a little bit before he returned to the game. Now we are going to see a full 5v5 as Asian Gamer is in pretty deep. Hits the Entomb out on 2. Blessed Shield to follow it up, but the Ring and the Last Rites come out on the other end to take Asian Gamer out of the equation. Pugs Not Drugs goes in. And for now, Dank team will have to back up. They own both of the shrines at the moment. They are the ones threatening to try and get the Dragon Knight. Pugs Not Drugs goes in, pops the huge Warden's Cage, and we're gonna see the blow up come out to be able to secure Stukov. Bahana's gonna have to back out. GG goes out the top end, and that second pick will allow a DDG to rotate 1 out to get to that shrine. Actually going to rotate 2 out to cap them both. And we'll be looking to see if they can go ahead and get Dragon Knight here as they rotate back in. This is going to be a 5v4 with no healer for Dank team. So this is looking bleaker and bleaker by the moment. Asian Gamer going in. Huge Entomb, but Chaos uses the bolt to get out. They are turning around on the Asian Gamer, though. You should GG also getting very low, trying to exchange with Pugs, but Pugs able to finish it off. The charge in by Gelda, gonna secure Hanzo. Dragon Knight is capped, and I think that might be it, ladies and gentlemen. The Dragon Knight is marching in towards the bot lane. 3 members down for Dank team. 14% on the core. I believe Drop Dead Gorgeous has done it. With a reverse sweep, ladies and gentlemen. They go in towards the core. They're going to do everything they can. Completely negated ring there, but the core will fall and Drop Dead Gorgeous, winning an incredible game number 3, and they will move on to the round of 4 against Amazing. What a matchup. All right, so let's reach on out our winning team. Let's see if we can get an interview. See, who do we want? I think we definitely want Pugs. But who else do we want there? I don't know. I'm going to let them choose. All right. I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight, staying late into the evening. Watch this one. I hope it was worth it. I think it was. Those warden circles, man. Warden's cage.
What's up?
Oh, we were just I was just talking about Maev a little bit, man. Oh my goodness. Can you believe that they let that through for you? Were you guys surprised to see that?
Well,
yeah, you go.
it's funny that you say that because we kind of were hoping that they might think the Tracer was worth banning. And we were like, oh, maybe they'll ban the Tracer and give us the Maev. But then they shocked us with the Chromie and still gave us the Maev. So it was really nice.
By the way, how rude of me not introducing our guests. We have team captain, Pugs Not Drugs, and he has brought his tankin' buddy, Gelda, with him. Welcome, guys. Congratulations on the win. How are you guys feeling right now?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good.
Yeah, if you can't get pumped for winning that series, I don't know what will excite you. But,
Dude, that first loss, it was like, is the NGS season over right now? But we came through, and I'm so happy. That was awesome.
Yeah, they executed their first draft really well. We had no answer for that, the ETC Stukov.
Yep.
But games 2 and 3, we had the answer. Ban ETC. Worked out.
Yeah, and that double respect ban did not go unnoticed, but for sure, definitely worked out for you guys. So, one more question about game number 3. You started to see a little bit of that combo come out between Mac Attack and Asian Gamer with that Entomb into the Lurking Arm. What did you guys do to try and make adjustments after you saw that first successful team fight come out from them?
The one where they ganked us bottom?
Yes.
Yeah, we realized that we couldn't allow them to kind of like force the engages on us. We kind of had to be the aggressor because we had our combo also with the Warden's Cage. So like if they were gonna kind of come on to us with the Entomb and the Lurking Arm, that we were just like, we've lost the fight then. So we kind of had to get kind of aggressive on them.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
we saw that a lot from you guys there.
Yeah, like every fight, I didn't even really see what anyone else was doing. I just watched Stukov the entire time.
It was like, all right, don't let Stukov put us all in a silence. So we just kind of sit there and look dumb. Let's web the Stukov or kill the Stukov and try to initiate onto them.
All right, so
think it went well.
looking ahead to next week, you guys have amazing on the other side of the bracket. How are you guys feeling about that matchup? Is there anything we should be looking out for that?
Well, amazing.
We're gonna bring the cheese.
Yeah, absolutely. Zarya, what's it called again? Space Pirates, Juice Pirates.
Yeah, we're gonna go do a throwback to Warhead.
Yeah,
somehow.
We'll do it on Praxis. It came out at like the same time.
All right, guys. Well,
we'll pick
congratulations for the big win. An excellent series coming out from you guys. The reverse sweep, super exciting. Do you guys have any shout outs you want to do before we sign off for the night?
Shout out to our team, Graham, our Unitas, our support, hit an awesome Nature's Cure, or with the cleanse, the Malfurion cleanse in game 2 on a Ragnaros stun when I was Tracer that saved the whole team fight, so shout out to him.
Pretty amazing.
Well done.
And shout outs to the girlfriends, all of them included. And
Nice.
shout outs to NGS for putting on this tournament. And shout outs to Drop Dead Gorgeous. The org supports us and puts us through a lot, so we really appreciate it.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for coming on and enjoy the win, and we'll see you guys next week in the top 4.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks,
thank you very
man.
much.
We appreciate it.
Have a good night, guys. Ooh, all right, guys. That is going to do it. That is more than enough show for me for one night. And what a matchup. Congratulations to both of these teams. Congratulations to Dank team. Had a great season this year, making it into the top 2 seed, making it into a very competitive B West Division playoffs. And then, you know, you can't give enough credit to Drop Dead Gorgeous. A lot of teams, you lose that first game, you have a hard time struggling to get back into that mindset. They had even mentioned it, you know, is this the end right here after game number 1? But they come back, they make the adjustments, and that's what really matters in these best of 3 series. Can you make those adjustments? Can you pull out those victories? And can you finish, which is so difficult to do in this game? And they put it all together and were able to get the right momentum going and pick up a big victory. So congratulations to them. And we'll see another playoff matchup tomorrow night. We've got in the A division, Reborn versus Tater Esports. So we'll see if they can live up to the hype for Reborn, or if Tater Esports can overcome the overwhelming odds and shock the world. That'll be coming up at 7:30 tomorrow night right here on my channel. So feel free to come back and do that. As always, if you guys want to follow more NGS action, subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me here on Twitch. I also have been trying to get more stuff out via Twitter, so feel free to also follow that if you guys want updates on what's going on with me and here on the channel. And that's going to be it for tonight. For NGS, I am Jason, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.